Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Brittany Ward joins us with the latest check on the forecast. And Brittany, I don't think I'm going to see the sun today.
Yeah, you know, not much sun is what we're going to be dealing with, Mark. We're actually going to be tracking rain as we head through your Thursday afternoon, and that's going to linger on into your Thursday evening. But we are going to be seeing mostly cloudy skies as we head through much of your day today. So satellite and radar showing you, yes, it was a dry start to our Thursday morning, but notice back off to the west, we are starting to see a few of those showers begin to inch their way closer into Garrett County as well as Allegheny County and then portions of the Shenandoah Valley. These showers will begin to work their way closer to the district as we head through the second half of your afternoon. So make sure you have the rain gear before you head out later on this evening. Zooming satellite and radar out to show you the wider picture. There's that storm system back off to the north and west. Again, this will continue to inch closer to the district as we head through the rest of your day today. Now, temperature wise right now, not looking too bad. Still fairly cooler where we're seeing those rain showers at this hour. You're sitting at 44 degrees in Cumberland, as well as Kaiser, 46 currently in Woodstock, and then bringing it a little closer to home in the district. We're seeing lower 50s, 52 currently in DC, 54 as you head over there to Lexington Park, further off to the north and west. We are holding on to the upper 40s there in Hagerstown. So scattered showers, that will be the trend as we head through your day today. Highs right around seasonable for this time of year, getting into the 50s, holding on to the 50s as we end out your work. We could see, though, an isolated shower for your morning commute tomorrow. We start to dry things out, though, Friday afternoon, and it's going to linger into your weekend. Notice we are tracking that warm up, though, as we head through your Saturdays. So keep it here, Mark. We'll break down the timing of those showers coming up.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Well, the state of Maryland remains under a burn ban despite certain areas expecting some rain that Brittany just mentioned. Officials say the conditions are still too dry and is leading to wildfires. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sisse has the latest.
Yes, so fuel and drought conditions across the state of Maryland are a lot higher than normal, and the Department of Natural Resources says that's leading to a lot of wildfires, and now the state of Maryland is under a burn ban.
We haven't seen these conditions in probably 20 years as far as low fuel moistures and drought indices right now.
And that's what led the Maryland Department of Natural Resources to implement an open air burn ban. The lack of rain and dry conditions are causing several wildfires across the state.
Anytime fires get started right now, they're more resistant to control. They're harder for our folks to get those under control, and they're taking longer periods of time to get them contained and get.
Since October, the Forest Service has responded to nearly 50 wildfires that have burned over 100 acres, more than triple the decade-long average of 7 wildfires per month. So what exactly is an open-air burn ban? Well, it means people should avoid burning anything in the air unless you're using a furnace or other equipment connected to a chimney. And that includes no using charcoal grills or having campfires. Now, the ban will be lifted once conditions improve, and for anyone that does not follow these rules, they could face a $300 citation. For now, reporting in Gaithersburg, Maryland, I'm Jean-Marie Sisse, DC News Now.
All right, Jean-Marie, thank you. Staying in Maryland, alleged poor living conditions at a Temple Hills, Maryland apartment complex is catching up with the owners and managers. The Maryland office of the Attorney General announcing yesterday that it's filing charges against them for reports of mold, broken AC, heat, and rodents. The charges allege the owner, Heather Hills Property Company, operated the complex without a required rental housing license since purchasing it back in 2022. Within those 2 years, the operators reportedly received several violation notices. Well, officials say that the cases range from stoves and dishwashers not working and mushrooms growing through the floors. They even say that there was an infestation of bats and roaches.
Every single building in the complex had housing and fire code violations, and Heather Hill failed a fire safety inspection. And yet, Heather Hill Property Company continued to charge their residents rent and threatened to assess late fees.
Well, the state's Attorney General Anthony Brown says despite the violations, the owners and managers continue advertising and leasing units, and officials are working to get that money back to renters. Heading over into the Commonwealth, Stafford County deputies busted an illegal cockfighting ring earlier this month, and investigators say that they discovered the ring while executing a search warrant at a home on Norma Road known for hosting these types of events. And they got a second warrant for the fighting allegations, and deputies say that they rescued 80 chickens. Sergio Munoz is charged with felony animal fighting. Virginia Democrats are pressing forward with plans to enshrine reproductive rights under the state's constitution. If the move is successful, Virginia would become the first southern state to do so. DC News Now's Candace Cole is in Arlington with more on the effort.
Virginia House Democrats have advanced legislation that would protect abortion rights here in the Commonwealth. It's part of a series of constitutional amendments they hope to pass in the next year. Other amendments include repealing a ban on same-sex marriage that remains in the state constitution and restoring voting rights to people who serve time for a felony. Virginia House Privileges and Elections Committee Chair Delegate Sia Price calls it an important next step at this moment in history. House Democrats call the move standard practice because amendments are typically introduced during odd-numbered years. However, House Minority Leader Todd Gilbert says they should have waited until the next legislative session starts. He said all of the amendments, especially the one regarding abortion rights, require further vetting. An amendment to protect reproductive rights passed the state Senate last year. However, it did not pass the Republican-led House. Reporting in Arlington, Candace Cole, DC News Now.
Candace, thank you. One community closely watching the president-elect's return to the White House, Prince George's County, Maryland. The government proposed moving the FBI headquarters to Greenbelt last year, but the president-elect has said that as recently as this week that he wants to keep the headquarters in D.C. While Trump was president, he tried to block the headquarters move. The existing location is blocks away from one of his former hotels. In his latest social media post, he also argued that having the FBI headquarters in D.C. would help prevent crime in the district. Residents say the project would really help the local economy. Maryland Congress member Glenn Ivey echoing that sentiment.
More opportunities for people, more opportunities, more businesses will come here. Just more, basically more opportunities and just the growth of Greenbelt. I want to see Greenbelt grow.
Well, it's a multi-billion-dollar project. I think it'll be great for jobs, for construction and the building trades. I think having the FBI agents that are working there, I think, is going to be helpful to the economy in the area there from the standpoint of other satellite businesses that might pop up.
Hardline conservatives have been critical of the bipartisan funding deal to pay for the new headquarters. The plan would put $200 million toward construction. Well, we're helping you stretch your dollar this holiday season. As you're shopping online, you may see offers to buy now and pay later, but experts say that you should have all the details before you click on the option. Now, the choice allows you to buy an item and get it right away, and sometimes with just a small down payment. Then you'll pay it off over with the time without interest. Well, financial technology firms say that younger shoppers are choosing this option more often. You buy now, you pay later does have its risk, and consumer advocates warn that you could get behind on payments for several items and get charged with high late fees plus interest. Well, 50 years of wonder, curiosity, and a whole lot of play. The National Children's Museum is celebrating a big milestone. DC News Now's morning anchor Tanaya Wright takes a look at everything that it has to offer.
National Children's Museum is a great full family fun destination. You have parents and children, grandparents, caregivers playing alongside each other.
And the museum is celebrating a big milestone.
It is a very exciting time at National Children's Museum. We are celebrating 50 years of innovation and play in the community.
Meredith Holm says the museum is commemorating its 50th anniversary with special programming and new exhibits.
We're so excited to both look back at the legacy of the institution and launch the next 50 years of play at the museum as well.
This is a place to play and learn too at the same time.
Absolutely. So we always say when you enter the museum, children are very focused on playing, and it's almost as if they're learning by accident. Children learn best through play, and so we consider ourselves a playground of the mind, the body, and the senses.
Hom says the museum is designed as both a children's museum and a science center with activities for kids up to 12 years old and their families.
We're also a place where you can be a cloud climber, a race car engineer, and a superhero all in one day. So you could climb our 3-story Dream Machine, which is a climber and slide. You could then go and be on a green screen experience, gaining superpowers that control the weather. You could head into engineering games and play and build race cars that you send down a track. There's so much to do any given day at National Children's Museum.
The museum also works with the program to make it possible for everyone to visit.
We want to make sure that there are no economic barriers to entry for anybody coming to the museum. And so we participate in the Museums for All program, which enables SNAP EBT card holders to come to the museum at a steeply reduced price.
For more information on the National Children's Museum, make sure you visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. Tanaya Wright, DC News Now.